this video, I talk about one idea from Dune that I really resonated with. I found it really powerful and useful. So here I would like to explore it in more depth and detail and think about how it can be applied to our lives here on planet Earth. And before I begin, a few words about Dune. It's one of the most iconic sci-fi universes in the world. I personally really loved the original books for the beauty and psychological depth. I think the new movie was quite nice as well, and there's more to come. So Dune is that desert planet, also known as Arrakis.
Dune.
It's populated by the Fremen, who are those very tough and disciplined people who've been thriving in those extremely harsh conditions for millennia. And if you are on Dune, with scarce resources, violent storms, limited water and giant sandworms, being sloppy means death. Which leads us to the quote that this video is all about. Arrakis teaches the attitude of the knife, chopping off what's incomplete and saying, now it's complete because it's ended here. Okay, let's try to unpack it a little bit. I think this quote has a few possible interpretations. And the first one is that we need to know when to stop something. Like, we need to know when to stop a toxic relationship or a friendship that's no longer sustainable. We need to know when to stop a commitment that drags us down, but we don't want to quit because of the fear of being impolite or just that uncertainty and anxiety. It might be quitting things that just suck our energy and really destroy our soul, like a job we truly hate, or all those maladaptive self-sabotage habits that are unfortunately so common in our world today. And I know it's easier said than done. It's very hard to stop some of those things and leave them in the past, and that's why we talk about the attitude of the knife and making radical choices to attain completeness. And this leads us to the second interpretation, which I find even more interesting, and it is seeking completeness, which might mean happiness, well-being, or just that sense of meaning in our lives through chopping off everything superfluous or harmful. Now, a very natural thing for us humans to do is to always pursue more novelty, more stimulation, to desire more possessions and so on. We often think that happiness lies just beyond the corner of getting that new car, new phone, that fast food meal, or that social media session, right? That's the instinct we often have. And we want to achieve completeness or happiness through acquiring more things, through adding more things to our lives, right? Same happens when we get addicted to technology. We want more and more stimulation, more and more novelty from technology, maybe from Twitter, maybe from other social media, maybe from scrolling YouTube for 3 hours a day. That instinct was necessary in our remote past, when we had to constantly search for more and more resources and food in order to survive. We could not be happy with what we had. But today, in the modern world, in the digital era, we often have the opposite problem. We have too many things, too much stimulation, too many distractions, too much information, too much food even, too many calories. And those things, they often make us miserable. So it's the great paradox that we experience today. But does that instinct of wanting to acquire more and more things, wanting to experience more and more things, leads to happiness and well-being? Probably not, right? And what if instead of chasing more things in order to attain completeness, we try to assume that philosophical attitude of the knife and chop off everything that is superfluous in our lives, everything that is harmful for us, everything that drags us down and drains our energy. that kind of flips upside down the natural instinct of no being satisfied with what we have. And it takes a lot of courage and effort to really let go of those things that harm us or that are unnecessary. And there's really no shortcut to one simple solution. And it's a long journey for everyone, for sure. But just remembering that attitude of the knife from Dune already allows me to shift my mind's eye from the pursuit of instant gratification to try and identify things that I can remove from my life to make it more complete. And that's a total game changer. So this idea becomes a tool that we can use anytime. It's like a lens for which we can see the world and our daily life. And through flipping that instinct of wanting to pursue instant gratification, we can really attain more completeness and more satisfaction and reduce anxiety. So it's a simple thing, but I found it really, really powerful and impactful in my own life. So that's the end of the video. If you have any thoughts or comments about this, I would love to see them below. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.